let me start with a question. What if the most important global competition today is not about oil, not about weapons, not even about space? What if it is about artificial intelligence? Because this week, something became very clear. AI is no longer just a Silicon Valley experiment. It has become a global power race. Governments are getting involved, countries are competing, companies are investing billions, and the technology itself is evolving faster than almost anyone expected. In this episode, we are going to slow everything down. We will unpack the biggest AI stories from this week, but more importantly, we will explore what those stories actually mean. Because if you only look at headlines, you miss the real story. So today we will talk about the AI chip war, China's national AI strategy, the rise of AI security systems, the next generation of AI models, and the future of AI agents. By the end of this episode, you will see the AI industry in a completely different way. Let's begin. Most people think AI is about chatbots, or image generators, or maybe robots. But the real engine of AI is something far less visible: computing power. Every powerful AI model requires enormous amounts of computation. To train a modern system, you need thousands of specialized processors. These processors are often called AI accelerators, and the most famous ones are made by NVIDIA. These chips are incredibly powerful. They can process massive amounts of data simultaneously, which is exactly what machine learning requires. But here's the interesting part. Only a few companies in the world can design these chips, and even fewer companies can manufacture them, which means the supply chain is extremely concentrated. That is why governments are starting to pay close attention, because whoever controls the AI hardware controls the speed of AI development. And this leads us directly into the first major story this week. This week, the United States discussed potential new rules about exporting advanced AI chips to other countries. The idea is simple. These chips are strategically important, so access to them might become restricted. The proposal suggests foreign companies may need to invest in the US to gain access to advanced chips. Why would a government do this? Because AI is no longer just a commercial technology. It has become a strategic capability. Think about it. AI can help design new drugs, optimize supply chains, improve military intelligence, accelerate scientific discovery. That makes AI incredibly valuable. And whenever a technology becomes this powerful, governments start treating it like a national asset. We saw this with nuclear technology. We saw this with aerospace, and now we are seeing it with artificial intelligence. This is why some analysts call the current situation the AI Cold War. Not a military conflict, but a technological competition, and that competition is shaping the future of the entire industry. Now, let's shift our focus, because another major story this week came from China's. China's leadership introduced a new development plan focused heavily on technology and AI. The goal is clear: achieve technological independence. Why? Because many advanced technologies today depend on global supply chains. Semiconductors, software platforms, cloud infrastructure, and China wants to ensure it can build these capabilities domestically. Artificial intelligence plays a huge role in that strategy. AI is expected to drive improvements in manufacturing, transportation, medicine, logistics, and urban planning. Imagine factories where robots collaborate with AI systems, cities where traffic flows are optimized by predictive algorithms, hospitals where AI assists doctors with diagnosis. Many of these technologies already exist, but national strategies can accelerate their deployment dramatically, and when the world's second-largest economy invests heavily in AI, the entire global industry feels the impact. Let's talk about something slightly different. Cybersecurity. As software systems become more complex, security becomes harder. Modern applications contain millions of lines of code, and hidden vulnerabilities can exist anywhere. This is where AI is starting to play a new role. Companies like OpenAI are developing systems designed to analyze software code and identify security weaknesses. Think of it like a digital security assistant. It scans through code, looks for suspicious patterns, and highlights potential vulnerabilities. This can dramatically accelerate security reviews. Instead of manually checking thousands of files, developers can rely on AI to surface the most likely problems. But there is an important twist. Attackers can also use AI. They can generate phishing emails faster, analyze vulnerabilities, and automate certain types of attacks. So AI is transforming both sides of the cybersecurity battlefield, which means the arms race continues, just in digital form. Now, let's talk about something surprising. For several years, the AI industry focused on one strategy: bigger models, more parameters, more computing power. But now researchers are discovering something interesting. Smaller models can sometimes achieve impressive performance with the right training techniques. For example, models like 5-4 reasoning vision focus on efficiency rather than sheer size. These models can analyze images, interpret charts, and perform reasoning tasks, but they require far less computing power. Why is this important? Because smaller models can run locally, on laptops, phones, even embedded devices. That means AI might not always require massive cloud infrastructure. Instead, we may see personal AI systems running directly on your devices, private, fast, and always available. Now, we arrive at one of the most exciting developments in AI agents. Most AI systems today answer questions. You type a prompt, the model responds. But the next generation of AI systems will do something different. They will take action. An AI agent might schedule meetings, send emails, book travel, research information, or manage online workflows. Imagine telling an AI, plan my entire business trip. And the AI handles everything: flights, hotels, calendar scheduling, expose tracking, all automatically. This is where the industry is heading. Instead of isolated tools, AI becomes a layer of automation across the internet. Millions of small tasks handled by intelligent systems working quietly in the background. So what happens when we combine all these developments? AI hardware competition, national AI strategies, security automation, smaller AI models, AI agents, together they form something much bigger. A technological transformation similar to the arrival of electricity or the internet. Artificial intelligence is becoming a general-purpose technology, which means it will influence almost every industry: finance, healthcare, education, manufacturing, transportation, entertainment. The real revolution will not come from one dramatic breakthrough. It will come from millions of small improvements across every sector. Let's end with one final question. What kind of AI future do we want? A future controlled by a few massive corporations? A future driven by open innovation? Or something in between? These decisions are being made right now by governments, by researchers, by entrepreneurs, and by society as a whole. Artificial intelligence will shape the next generation of technology, but how it shapes our lives depends on the choices we make today. That's all for today's deep dive. If you enjoy these long-form explorations of AI, make sure to follow the podcast because every week we break down the biggest developments in artificial intelligence. Not just the headlines, but the real story behind them. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.